Hey everyone, it's your buddy Crypto Profit back with another video, and today we're going to be taking a quick look at the market and then jumping straight into Vechain. So Vechain right now is struggling with the rest of the market. We do see the market at a 2.65% decrease in the last 24 hours. Ethereum below 2K. We have Bitcoin below 33K, as well as if we jump all the way down to Vechain, we see it continuing to decrease closer and closer to that 7 cent mark. And we actually saw a dip below that earlier in the day at about 2:10 a.m. We actually saw it about 0.0685. However, we are seeing a very slow and steady increase here back to a 0.0727. I do think realistically Vechain is going to do very, very well in the future. We've talked about this coin a lot in the past because of really the use cases, utility it provides to so many different industries. So let's talk again today about the price predictions of the future and where we're going to see it for the end of the bull market as well as the end of the year. So there is a lot to talk about today. We're going to jump into all of the bullish news and information. But before we do so, guys, make sure to quickly subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and like the video to make sure you stay up to date with all of the most bullish information regarding Vechain, as well as any new price predictions and price information regarding Vechain. So jumping into the first thing, we're going to take a look at the last week being a 13.85% decrease, and then the last month a solid 35.36% decrease. That is a massive decrease across the board, continuing to give Vechain holders and Vechain buyers better deals every single week. And, this is one way to look at it. Obviously, there's another that, a lot of people don't have much more fiat to put in. Obviously, they continued to buy the dip, and now we're at this lower and lower dip that people don't have that fiat to, just dump back in. Regular day, ordinary people cannot, attend to this dip. And it's unfortunate. I do think realistically, dollar cost averaging in is, like I said, one of the best ways to take advantage of these low downturns of markets. And definitely here with Vechain at a 7 cent price point, you're going to be very, very happy if you invested in this at 7 cents, in my opinion. So let's jump straight into the first article of today. It's going to be talking about DNV as well as Renato Grottola's WAIC speech. On July 10th, Renato Grottola, Senior VP at DNV, participated in the 2021 WAIC Blockchain Forum and delivered a keynote speech on how blockchain forms an important part of the global circular economy. And that's what you can see here. And I think this is a big deal. Moving forward, I think we're going to continue to see big things taking place with Vechain. They continue to have big things going on. And that's what you're seeing here as well. So Vechain and CAFA, or CAFA, we've talked about this one a little bit in the past. So Chief Marketing Officer at Vechain Official gave an interview on blockchain's ability to help the digital transformation of food market participants and improve the level of food safety governance. So obviously a great opportunity for people to jump on board with Vechain continuing to push out big things like this. We also see Sunny Liu actually giving a speech that is now on demand with subtitles, so you can actually check it out. It's definitely a big speech, and it talks pretty in depth on what Vechain's accomplishing, kind of the business model that allows us to drive real economic value with key partners. And I think, like I said, a lot of you guys that may be having or holding a lot of Vechain in your portfolio should definitely take a look at the CEO Sunny Liu's speech. We also have Vechain. So this is, a big announcement that really the arrival of a broadly successful Uniswap V2 functionality to Vechain in the form of Vechain V2. So if we actually go back here, we can see that Vechain Foundation quoted this and retweeted it. So Vechain, the first DEX on Vechain Thor, has launched Vechain 2. Vechain 2 utilizes the brand new Sync 2 technology, which enables users to access the DEX seamlessly, farther paving the way for DeFi on Vechain. So we jump on to the next one. We also see DNV Insurance, definitely a partner that we've seen quite a bit mentioned with Vechain. Together with our historical partner, Vechain Official, we're building solutions that stand right at the intersection, really between sustainability and digitalization, consolidating our knowledge into scalable and cost-effective BaaS applications for enterprise world. So definitely a big thing here, continuing to see, like I said, DNV as that historical partner, making big moves with Vechain. We also have an article that talks more about Vechain's partnership with Shopping.io to enable really vet holders to shop with vet on Amazon, eBay, Walmart, and Etsy. This is definitely a big deal because it will continue to give utility to this token. Obviously, Vechain partnering with a top 25 Shopping.io token. If we go through the Coinbase prices right now, actually, recently Shopping.io, if you go to the second page, you can actually scroll up to the top and let's see here. Let's go to let's just type it in. It'll be a little bit easier for us to find it. But shopping.io, definitely one of the most solid coins out there. During this market crash, we saw it go about 25.51% of a decrease in the last month, and the last week has been a 20% decrease in its own. But this last 24 hours, we did see it jump back up from that $30 price point to about $32.70, $32.96. So it's definitely doing much better now, and we do see a market cap at about $30.4 million. So still a very low market cap, and you could easily take advantage of it. I do want to talk a little bit, obviously, about Vechain, really the price that it's at right now and where it could be going in the future. So let's talk a little bit about that. So right now we do have a 1.72% decrease, recently jumping down from that 0.0737 down to a 0.0727, just continuing to kind of be, that very volatile altcoin that doesn't have enough really volume to support that market cap in a way. I obviously, only if there is a high selling pressure, we are going to see that Vechain decrease in price. And that's exactly what we're seeing. A lot of retail investors still not understanding when to, can remain holding and when to really, sell off and buy in. So the biggest thing for me, like I said, guys, holding is one of the easiest ways to be profitable in crypto. Buying and buying those red market dips, or really just dollar cost averaging in during those red market dips, I think that realistically is the easiest way for newcomers into crypto to make money, is buying in on those red market dips and making sure to hold for at least a long-term, obviously if you are in the United States, a long-term capital gain instead of a short-term gain, to kind of give you a difference on the taxes as well. So there's a lot of little tips and tricks, and I may do a tips and tricks video for you guys here in the future. But realistically, Vechain is, like I said, one of those coins that's going to have a great long-term future. So as long as you're buying in at around this 7 to 8 cent price point, I think realistically you're going to be happy with the profit you make in the future if you hold. So we'll talk now a little bit more about the future. So where could we see Vechain going? We've been talking about that $1 to $2 range for quite some time now. I think $1 is still realistic. By the end of the year, depending on when we get back into that bull market part 2, we could see $1 a little bit later rather than sooner, unfortunately. Obviously, if, like I've said, September could be the bottom for the market. I think realistically we see a lot of coins, altcoins specifically, recovering very, very quickly after that bottom does take place. But realistically, Vechain is going to be one of those coins that bounces back fairly quickly. I think a 50 to 60 cent mark by the end of the year is definitely within range still. And then by the end of the bull market, I do think we could see $1 to $2 as a possibility. Obviously, huge partnerships, huge industries really taking advantage of Vechain, and the solutions that they provide is just so massive. I think realistically, I think we all believe that Vechain could be a very, very big coin in the near future as well as the long-term future. So we'll keep you guys up to date, obviously, with price predictions regarding Vechain. Obviously, bearish or bullish news as well, because obviously you guys are going to want that news as quickly as possible. Today, it's looking like all very, fairly good news. Obviously, Vechain's not going to be able to bounce back away from the market when the market's kind of struggling. We do see the market now kind of going up to about a 0.49% of an increase in the last 24 hours. So that's definitely good. I do think, a lot of coins are starting to see that little uptrend here. Ethereum Classic, we see a nice little uptrend here in the last couple of hours. We're seeing that with Stellar Lumens. We're seeing that with Polygon. Obviously, Vechain as well. We see this little uptrend. So it's looking like it's a good last 24-hour span, or 12-hour span at the very least. So we'll continue to keep you guys up to date. Like I said, make sure to quickly subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and like the video. I'll see you guys all in the next one.